What up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. You're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Monday, January 23rd, 2017, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's REYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. Pop star Madonna is walking back a statement she made Saturday at the Women's March in Washington about how she has thought about blowing up the White House since Donald Trump was elected the 45th president of the United States. The New York Post quoted the recording artist as telling hundreds of thousands of demonstrators gathering to express their various concerns for questioning Trump's competency to demanding equal pay and the protection of reproductive rights. Yes, I'm angry. Yes, I'm outraged. Yes, I thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House. She wrote on Instagram Sunday, yesterday's rally was an amazing and beautiful experience. Madonna added, I came to perform Express Yourself, and that's exactly what I did. However, I want to clarify some very important things. I'm not a violent person. I do not promote violence, and it's important people hear and understand my speech in its entirety rather than one phrase taken wildly out of context. My speech began with, I want to start a revolution of love. I then go on to take this opportunity to encourage women and all marginalized people to not fall into despair, but rather to come together and use it as a starting point for unity and to create positive change in the world. I spoke in metaphor, and I shared two ways of looking at things. One was to be hopeful, and one was to feel angry and outraged, which I have personally felt. However, I know that acting out of anger doesn't solve anything, and the only way to change things for the better is to do it with love. It was truly an honor to be part of an audience chanting, "We choose love." Meanwhile, First Lady Melania Trump wore a white off-the-shoulder gown with a ruffle down the front, thin belt around her waist, and a thigh slit for the Liberty Ball in Washington, D.C. Friday evening. The First Lady collaborated with designer Hervé Pierre on the column dress. Pierre said in a statement to Women's Wear Daily, it was an honor to dress the First Lady. I was actually looking because over my 20 years in the U.S., I dressed all the First Ladies, Mrs. Clinton at Oscar de la Renta, Mrs. Bush and Mrs. Obama at Carolina Herrera. So I feel very lucky and honored to dress Melania Trump, but this time under my name. The gala followed the inauguration of Melania's husband Donald Trump as the 45th president of the United States. The couple danced to the song My Way at the three events throughout the night: the Liberty Ball, the Freedom Ball, and the Salute to Our Armed Forces Ball. Barron Trump entertained his tiny nephew while his dad, U.S. President Donald Trump, signed documents in the president's room at the U.S. Capitol building Friday. The entire family, including Trump's younger grandchildren, stood by as the commander-in-chief got to work in front of photographers and television camera people following Trump's official swearing in ceremony and celebratory parade. Barron, who's 10, was seen behind his seated father playing peekaboo with his half-sister Ivanka's 9-month-old son Theodore, Us Weekly said. CNN video of the interaction also captured Barron giving a high five to the baby as Ivanka and First Lady Melania Trump, Barron's mother, looked on and smiled. The clip has gotten nearly 7 million views on Facebook in less than 24 hours. Melania and Barron plan to stay at their home in New York City until the end of the school year and are expected to move into the White House with the president in June. Parks and Recreations and Masters of None actor Aziz Ansari addressed the inauguration of President Donald Trump and the protests that followed in his opening monologue for this weekend's edition of Saturday Night Live. The stand-up comedian began, I can't believe this, I'm here hosting Saturday Night Live the day after Trump's inauguration. Pretty cool to know, though. He's probably at home right now watching a brown guy make fun of him, though, right. Crazy couple of days, man. Yesterday, Trump was inaugurated. Today, an entire gender protest against him. Wow. He then praised the protesters for the passion of their beliefs, but cautioned against demonizing the 63 million people who voted for Trump. He says, I'm sure there are people that had different political priorities. I'm sure there are some people that voted for him with reservations. I'm sure there's a lot of people that voted for Trump the same way a lot of people listen to the music of controversial recording artist Chris Brown, where it's like, hey, man, I'm just here for the tunes. I'm just here for the tunes. I don't know about that other stuff. I just like the dancing and the music. I don't condone the extracurriculars. If you think about it, Donald Trump is basically the Chris Brown of politics, and Make America Great Again is these hoes are loyal. He went on to acknowledge the country is divided, but said he's optimistic about the future. Ansari says, as long as we treat each other with respect and remember that, ultimately we are all Americans, but we're fine. But the problem is there's a new group. I'm talking about this tiny slice of people that have gotten way too fired up about the Trump thing for the wrong reasons. I'm talking about these people that as soon as Trump won, they were like, we don't have to pretend to not be racist anymore. Whoa. No. If you're one of these people, please go back to pretending. You've got to go back to pretending. I'm sorry, we never thanked you for your service. We never realized how much effort you are putting into the pretending, but you've got to go back to pretending. I know it's been a rough couple of years. President Barack Obama, Empire, Hamilton has just been hit after hit after hit. I get it. It's been rough, but you got to stop. He concluded his monologue by reassuring audience members that regardless of who they voted for, they will be okay. He says, if you look at our country's history, change doesn't come from presidents. Change comes from large group of angry people, and if day one is any indication, you're part of the largest group of angry people I've ever seen. Good luck to you. And a related story, the first episode of Saturday Night Live following President Donald Trump's inauguration ended with the heartfelt tribute to his predecessor, Barack Obama. NBC News reported SNL cast members Cicely Strong and Shayer Samada sang To Sir With Love, the title song from the 1967 movie about a beloved teacher played by Sidney Poitier in front of a portrait of Obama. Strong said, we got a mug. It says world's best president holding a cup of coffee at the end of the song, according to Us Weekly. Samada added, thank you, don't go. Trump is a vocal critic of SNL, particularly Alec Baldwin's impression of him. Trump hosted an episode of the sketch comedy show when he was on the campaign trail last year, however. And Hathaway is connected to a giant city-crushing monster in the first trailer for its upcoming action comedy Colossal. The clip released Thursday features Hathaway as Gloria, a woman shocked to discover that she shares a special bond with a towering creature who suddenly appears to destroy Seoul, South Korea. Unable to fight her weird feeling, Gloria learns that she can control the beast and his movements while viewing the live footage of the attack being broadcast on the news. Wanting to display her powers to her friends, Gloria has the monster dance, much to the surprise of Jason Sudeikis, who joins Hathaway in the film. The official synopsis reads, a woman discovers severe catastrophic events are somehow connected to the mental breakdown from which she's suffering. Directed by Nacho Villalando and also starring Dan Stevens, Colossal arrives in theaters April 7th. David Ayer took to Twitter to reflect on his critically panned supervillain blockbuster Suicide Squad. The filmmaker's comments were in response to a supportive fan who hailed the 2016 movie, which starred Will Smith, Jared Leto, and Margot Robbie, as a masterpiece. Ayer wrote in a statement he linked on to Twitter, thank you so much. I know it's a controversial film. Really tried to make something different with the look and a voice of its own. I took inspiration from the insanity of the original comics. Making a movie is a journey, not a straight line. I learned so much. He also acknowledged that while the movie was wildly successful commercially, it did have its flaws. He admitted, that he was hurt by the scathing reviews from its critics. He says, I wish I had a time machine. I'd make the Joker the main villain and engineer a more grounded story. I have to take the good and the bad and learn from it. I love making movies and love DC. I'm a high school dropout and used to paint houses for a living. I'm lucky to have the job that I have. I have to give the characters the story and plots they deserve next time. Real talk. And no, there isn't a secret edit of the film with a bunch of Joker scenes hidden in a salt mine somewhere. J.K. Rowling has 4 little words to say regarding rumors that a franchise movie is in the works based on the 2-part play Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. The writer tweeted Friday, this is not true, along with a screenshot of an article trumpeting the news. Another post from the Potter creator insisted, I know a lot of people are looking for reasons to be cheerful today, but there is no truth to the rumor about a hashtag Cursed Child movie trilogy. The Sun newspaper and other social media outlets quoted a journalist as saying on a podcast that Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and Rupert Grint, the stars of the original 8 Harry Potter movie adaptations of Rowling's novels, are in talks to reprise their roles of Harry, Hermione, and Ron in a new trilogy, which would be set about 20 years after the events of the last Harry Potter movie, Deathly Hallows Part 2, released in 2011. Whitney Cummings Ken Jeong, Anthony Jeselnik, and John Mayer are to serve as celebrity judges for Jeff Ross Presents Roast Battle 2, War of the Worlds. Comedy Central said T.J. Miller, Patton Oswalt, Sarah Silverman, Jason Sudeikis, and Snoop Dogg will also rotate onto the panel. The show, which will feature 16 combatants competing in insult comedy, will be filmed in Los Angeles on the Sunset Strip, airing January 26th to the 29th. The finale will be broadcast live. A press release explains, inspired by the gritty, competitive proving grounds of the comedy club circuit, Jeff Ross Presents Roast Battle 2, War of the Worlds is led by Roastmaster General Jeff Ross and referee comedian Brian Moses. Roast Battle first debuted on Comedy Central last summer, with comedian Mike Lawrence taking home the crown. Netflix announced the premiere date for Season 5 of their hit political drama House of Cards Friday, Inauguration Day. The streaming service noted on Twitter alongside a teaser video that reveals the date of May 30th. We make the terror. The clip features an eerie rendition of the Pledge of Allegiance recited by a group of children as an upside-down American flag is seen waving in the wind. The capture refers to the final moments in Season 4 as President Frank Underwood, played by Kevin Spacey, and First Lady Claire, played by Robin Wright, deal with the terrorist situation. Scenes end with Wright breaking the fourth walls of the series for the first time, something Spacey's character has done from the start. Season 5 is under the guidance of new co-showrunners Melissa James Gibson and Frank Pugliese, who replaced departed showrunner Beau Willimon. Netflix says Sandy Wexler, its next original comedy movie starring Adam Sandler, will be available for streaming April 14. The 30-second teaser trailer for the 1990 set film features Sandler as an enthusiastic but clueless talent manager was released online Thursday. It shows Sandler's Sandy interrupting a film shoot to ask who an actor is. Directed by Stephen Brill, the comedy co-stars Jennifer Lawrence, Kevin James, Terry Crews, Lamar Morris, Nick Swartzen, Rob Schneider, Jay Seymour, Aaron Neville, and Arsenio Hall. The synopsis reads, Sandy Wexler is a talent manager working in Los Angeles in the 1990s who worked diligently to represent a group of eccentric clients on the fringes of show business. Single-minded devotion is to put the test when he falls in love with his newest client, Courtney Clark, a tremendously talented singer who he discovered at an amusement park. Sandler and Netflix previously collaborated on The Do-Over and The Ridiculous Six. ABC is in early talks for a spin-off of their hit comedy series Blackish, which would star Yara Shahidi. According to Deadline, series creator and executive producer Kenya Barris is developing the project, and if greenlit, will be introduced to a spring episode of the sitcom. The spin-off would follow Shahidi, who portrays oldest daughter Zoe Johnson as she heads off to college. Recently, the character of Zoe has been applying to college and using her fashion sense into having a successful internship at Teen Vogue. Blackish, now airing its third season, airs Wednesdays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on ABC. Cinemax has greenlit a new animated series from Beavis and Butthead and King of the Hill creator Mike Judge. This series, titled Mike Judge Presents Tales from the Tour Bus, will follow eccentric country music stars, set to premiere at an undetermined date in 2017, Deadline reported. Half-hour animated comedy was picked up for an 8-episode series order and is currently in production. Mike Judge Presents Tales from the Tour Bus will be Judge's first animated series since King of the Hill, which features several country music guest stars including Willie Nelson, George Strait, Dwight Yoakam, according to Spin magazine. Since King of the Hill ended in 2010, Judge has turned his focus towards live-action series, helping to create HBO series Silicon Valley. Viking star Travis Fimmel will executive produce and play Wyatt Earp in a new scripted anthology series the History Channel announced Friday. Fimmel will also pen the first episode of the drama, which focuses on the true story of Earp from his days in the violent Dodge City and his complex relationships with Doc Holliday and Bat Masterson, to the real story of what happened during the legendary gunfight at the OK Corral. Arturo Interian, the senior vice president of scripted programming at the cable network, said in a statement, Travis is a remarkable actor, and we're honored to continue our relationship with him after his recent magnetic performance on Vikings. Just as Travis brought a completely fresh and unexpected approach to his character Ragnar Lothbrok, this would be an unconventional portrayal of Earp like you've never seen before. We intend to capture the violent spirit of the great Sergio Leone films through telling the true story of a criminal turned lawman. Fimmel added, I've always been fascinated with the motivation, people's transgressions, and the scandalous journey into infamy. I want to re-examine stories people they think they know without the rose-colored glasses of Hollywood, and let the audience decide for themselves if people like Wyatt Earp were sinners or victims of life circumstances. When it came to bringing this project together, I knew History, A&E Studios, Atlas, and Imperative would be great partners. A&E Network says it's reviving its true crime series Cold Case Files. The new version of the show will premiere on February 27th with actor and humanitarian Danny Glover narrating. The first season of the reboot will include 10 episodes. Lane Fontaine Bryan, the executive vice president and head of programming for A&E, said in a statement Thursday, Cold Case Files remains one of A&E's most beloved and successful series of all time. The new creative team has infused the franchise with a rejuvenated approach to storytelling at a time when true crime investigations is capturing the nation's attention more than ever. The original Cold Case Files spanned 125 episodes and aired on A&E from 1998 to 2008. Universal Pictures and Ambient Entertainment have canceled the premiere of A Dog's Purpose amid controversy surrounding leaking video that appears to show a dog being abused during filming. The joint statement released Thursday from both studios read, because Ambient's review into the edited video released yesterday is still ongoing, distributor Universal Pictures has decided in its best interest of A Dog's Purpose to cancel this weekend's premiere and press junket. They continue by saying Ambient and Universal do not want anything to overshadow this film that celebrates the relationship between animals and humans. The film came under fire Wednesday after TMZ released a behind-the-scenes video that features a German Shepherd named Hercules unwilling to jump into a pool of rushing water for an action scene before he is forced in by a trainer. An off-camera voice is heard saying in the video, he wants to get away, just throw him in. PETA and star Josh Gad, who voiced one of the canine characters in the film, then slammed the production as fans online voiced their displeasure. The animal rights organization said in a statement, PETA is calling on dog lovers to boycott the film in order to send a message that dogs and other animals should be treated humanly, not as movie props. Gad added on social media, as a proud owner of a rescued dog and a fervent supporter of organizations like PETA, I've reached out to the production team and studio to ask for an explanation for these disturbing images. Ambient and Universal, in response, assured that Hercules was unharmed and the production had followed all safety protocols. They said fostering a safe environment and ensuring the ethical treatment of our animal actors was of the utmost importance to those involved in making this film, and we will look into the circumstances surrounding this video. Notably, the American Humane Association representative who was responsible for ensuring safety rules for animals on set has been suspended. A Dog Purpose, based on the book by W. Bruce Cameron, follows the story of a dog named Bailey who discovers the meaning of life over 5 decades as different dogs with different owners. The premiere and the press event were scheduled for Monday. The planned release remains January 27th. Lightning McQueen himself, Owen Wilson, is set to serve as the Grand Marshal for the upcoming 59th annual Daytona 500. Daytona International Speedway President Chip Wiles said in a statement, Owen Wilson is one of America's most beloved comedic actors, and his voice has brought Lightning McQueen to life for millions of moviegoers over the last 10 years. His star power and, of course, his personality are the perfect fits for the great American race. Wilson will be delivering the NASCAR race's signature driver start your engine line and will ride inside one of the Grand Marshal cars during pace laps prior to the green flag of the 200-lap 500-mile race. The actor joins a long list of fellow celebrities who have acted as Grand Marshals, following the footsteps of Vince Vaughn, Ben Affleck, Matthew McConaughey, and others. Wilson's participation coincides with the upcoming release of Disney and Pixar's Cars 3, which features the 48-year-old returning as Lightning McQueen. The film opens in theaters June 16, and the Daytona 500 airs February 26 on Fox. Cuba Gooding Jr. is filing divorce from wife Sara Kapfer after more than 20 years of marriage. The actor is asking for legal and physical custody of the 10-year-old daughter Piper and is willing to pay spousal support, TMZ reports. Gooding Jr. and Kapfer were high school sweethearts who dated for 7 years before tying the knot in March of 1994. They also share sons Spencer and Mason together. The divorce filing comes after Kapfer filed for separation in April of 2014. Kapfer, at the time, cited irreconcilable differences and requested joint legal and physical custody of 2 children along with spousal support. Gooding Jr. has requested in his filing that he keeps all of his earnings from the date Kapfer files for separation. Chrissy Teigen says she had a disgusting and racist encounter with paparazzo Thursday in New York. The 31-year-old model called out a photographer on Twitter who reportedly bombarded her and husband John Legend with racist questions at JFK Airport. Teigen told her 3.46 million followers, "Paparazzi at JFK just asked me if we evolved from monkeys. Why is John Legend still around? And people wonder why celebs lose it in pics." She added, "I was very kind, answered cooking questions, and then he came with that. Freaking disgusting. Also, John is right next to me. The balls." The star said, "Guess we'll find him when he puts the video out. Then that he edits the crap out of it since he didn't get clocked." He also went from what's an easy recipe to make it at home to if a Jew were a vampire, would he still be afraid of crosses? Teigen and Legend attended the opening night of the Broadway play Jitney the same day, according to Entertainment Tonight. Former Spice Girls singer Geri Halliwell Horner has announced via Twitter the birth of her second son. She tweeted Saturday, "Christian and I are delighted to announce our baby boy was born this morning, weighing 7 pounds 8 ounces. People magazine noted the boy is Horner's first child with her husband, a Formula One racing team boss Christian Horner, whom she married in May 2015. She also has a 10-year-old daughter from a previous relationship. Country music star Luke Bryan has confirmed he will sing the Star-Spangled Banner in next month's Super Bowl game. Bryan tweeted Sunday, along with the brief announcement video, excited to be performing the national anthem at NFL's biggest stage, #SB51. See y'all in Houston. The game will air live on Fox from the NRG Stadium in Houston on February 5th. Lady Gaga has been booked to headline the Super Bowl halftime show. Nick Lachey says he likes the crazes of parenting 3 kids. The 43-year-old singer discussed his home life in an interview with Us Weekly after welcoming son Phoenix with wife Vanessa Lachey in December. Lachey told the magazine, "Part of the fun of kids is the craziness. You've got to embrace that side of it as well." He predicted, "I think the real chaos is going to come in a couple of years when he's 2 and Brooklyn's 4 and Camden is 6. Then I can't just imagine it's going to be crazy. As for now, it's still fairly mellow." Star shared, "Every day I wake the kids up. Morning time is kind of daddy time, and that's something I look forward to every day." Lachey and Vanessa share son Phoenix, who was born December 25th, 2-year-old daughter Brooklyn, and 4-year-old son Camden. The couple married in the British Virgin Islands in 2011 after 5 years of dating. The singer said of his marriage in an interview with People this week, "It's kind of cliche, but communication is the biggest thing in a relationship. You have to talk, you have to express yourselves. You don't want to look back and resent not being heard." He also suggested, "I don't think there's necessarily anything that's rock solid about any marriage. It's all about balance, especially when you have kids." Britney Spears thinks her new beau Sam Asghari is really cute. The 35-year-old singer recalled on Thursday's episode of Fast in the Morning on AMP 103.7 how she and Asghari, a model and dancer, met on the set of her Slumber Party music video. Spears recounted, "We were sitting there on set and waiting for like 20 minutes at a time. We were having to literally stuck there together, so we were basically forced to talk to each other." And she said, "We started talking about sushi and started talking about things we like, and we're like, we should go to sushi one day. Yeah, let's just do this and let's do this." And he's like, "Okay, I'll give you my number." The star also shared, "I kept this number, and it was so weird because it was like 5 months later, I found his number in my bag. I was like, he is really cute. The guy was really cute. I should call him." Spears and Asghari were first linked in November after the dancer shared a cozy photo with Spears from their dinner date. The couple celebrated New Year's Eve together and got close in an Instagram post last week. Sources told E! News in December they went on a few dates. It's not as big as people think it is, but you never know. Who knows what will happen in the new year. Spears split from boyfriend Charlie Ebersol in 2015 after less than a year of dating. The star shares 11-year-old son Preston and 10-year-old son Jaden with ex-husband Kevin Federline, for whom she split in 2006. 10-time Grammy Award winner Adele is to perform at the 59th Annual Grammy Awards ceremony in Los Angeles. CBS and the Recording Academy confirmed Friday. Superstar will sing a song from her nominated album 25, marking the 4th time in her career that she takes the Grammy stage. Previously announced performers for this year's event, which honors excellence in music, includes John Legend, Metallica, Carrie Underwood, and Keith Urban. The show is to take place at the Staples Center on February 12th, with James Corden serving as the MC. The horror movie Split is the number one movie in North America, earning $40.2 million in receipts, BoxOfficeMojo.com announced Sunday. Coming in number 2 is Triple X, The Return of Xander Cage, with $20 million, followed by Hidden Figures at number 3 with $16.3 million, Sing at number 4 with $9 million, and La La Land at number 5 with $8.4 million. Rounding up the top tier are Rogue One, A Star Wars Story at number 6 with $7.04 million, Monster Trucks at number 7 with $7 million, Patriots Day at number 8 with $6 million, The Founder at number 9 with $3.76 million, and Sleepless at number 10 with $3.7 million. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1983, the A-Team debuts on NBC. In the pilot episode of the NBC television series The A-Team, which aired on this date in 1983, the go-getting newspaper reporter Amy Allen, played by Melinda Kula, seeks the help of a mysterious group of Vietnam veterans turned soldiers for hire to find her missing colleague in Mexico. The lead commando unit in Vietnam, the so-called A-Team, was wrongly imprisoned by the Army. They escaped and began working as missionaries, doing whatever needed to be done for their various clients while consistently eluding the fanatic Army officers sent to catch them. The A-Team went on to become a huge hit and make the star of a then little-known actor, Mr. T. Produced by Stephen Cannell and first envisioned by Brandon Tartikoff, NBC's president, as a volatile combination between films such as The Magnificent Seven and The Dirty Dozens and The Road Warrior, and television programs such as Hill Street Blues. The A-Team became a bona fide phenomenon during its 5-year run. Despite its late entry in the 1982-83 rating season, the A-Team was on its way to a number 1 ranking by the season's end. It also topped a list of the most violent shows on TV compiled that year by the National Coalition of Television Violence. George Peppard, who memorably starred opposite Audrey Hepburn in Breakfast at Tiffany's, played the A-Team's leader, John Hannibal Smith. He called his A-Team role probably the best part I've had in my career. The show also featured Dirk Benedict as Templeton Faceman Peck and Dwight Schultz as H.M. Howie Mad Murdoch, but its breakout star was the Mohawk bedeck Mr. T, born Lawrence Turdo in a tough Chicago neighborhood. Mr. T got into show business after winning a contest as the world's toughest bouncer. He was spotted by Sylvester Stallone, who cast him as a boxer in Rocky III in 1982. As the surly A-Team mechanic B.A. Bad Attitude Baracus, Mr. T utters some of the show's most memorable catchphrases, including "You better watch out, sucker" and "Pity the fool." Campy and outrageously violent, the A-Team was particularly popular among children and teenagers and with male audiences. Over the years, the show's producers experimented with adding a woman to the mix, including Culia's Amy Allen, Marla Heasley as Tanya Baker, and Tina Carrere, who later starred in Wayne's World as a Vietnam War orphan, meant to prove a link to the soldier's past, but these stints were relatively short-lived, and the team's testosterone-heavy vibe remained intact. By the 4th season, the show's popularity was waning, due particularly to the formulaic nature, particularly to the growing trend towards family-friendly comedy that was being driven by the success of The Cosby Show. In the spring of 1986, Cosby-inspired shows such as Who's the Boss and Growing Pains on ABC were beating the A-Team handily in the ratings each week. A-Team producers tried different tricks to win audiences over, including one episode centered on the popular game show Wheel of Fortune and various guest appearances by such prominent personalities as the pop star Boy George, professional wrestler Hulk Hogan, and the Chicago Bears defensive lineman William Refrigerator Prairie. The show hung on into a 5th season, but aired only 13 episodes, ending unceremoniously in March 1987. And as your entertainment report for Monday, January 23rd, 2017, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.